Hey everybody, it's Roman from Silver Dog Games, and today I'm just going to step aside from our main tutorial line of the things I'm teaching you, and I'm just going to show you a few tips and tricks for just touching up your world and making it look a little more realistic, or just making it look better. And so yeah, I'm going to start off by just talking about terrain editing. So most of you may know this, but for the ones that don't, please pay attention because this will be very helpful and useful. Okay, so the first thing that's good to know about creating a large-scale map or anything like this is to have balance in terrain type and color. So for example, balancing out the colors right here, you see that you have the lighter color of like sand, and then it goes to like the more faded like sand slash grass right here, and then more grassy area like right here, and then rocky, dull, more like just not very friendly area. So this also sets like moods for the game too. Like over here, it's gonna be more friendly and exciteful, I guess. And yeah, it's just a great scene to look at. And you live right here in the middle of the world, where it is, the halfway point of the scale. And over here is all the dark, gloomy-ish areas. And then so all you basically want to do is have those balanced out to make it so it feels more realistic and not just like overdone, like everything's sand or everything's just rocks or everything's just grass. You need to have it balanced out so people will just like adapt to it better and not be like so overwhelmed by just like one solid sort of type. Islands, obviously all the edges have to be sand, and center can have some palm trees or whatever. Looks like some of these are actually falling off, so I'm going to fix that. Yeah. Let's just make this a little smaller. There we go, just have a few. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I have it so there's sand all around. And then just in the center, let's bump this up a bit. Maybe, so yeah, sand around, and then in the middle, it's too strong. You can always change the target strength and opacity. And you're just gonna give it, whoa, what the, okay. There we go. Just to make it look, like a mixture of sand and like grassy rock. So you can see a little bit of the grass right here. And all these are default textures that Unity comes with. And so yeah, just add it, and then in the very center, you can, you can do like how I did rock, or you can have it where it's grass. And yeah, just whatever really you want to be there, and just have a mixture of it, so it's not just one solid texture that's covering up this space. And that's how you get a fairly decent textured object. Now, so you can do that for all these other ones. These ones are like less quality just because they're further off in the distance, and we won't be really exploring that area, but you can do the same for like this island, how it has multiple textures painted onto the terrain. And same for this one, because whenever you're back over here and you're looking from afar, you can see that it has a good coloration to it. It looks realistic, like there's life there, but it also has like the sand, so it makes it more realistic. And same for here. See, I can actually paint on more sand over here, because there's like life here with the trees and the grass, and then here there should just be sand. So yep, just getting the right coloration. And then now also for the terrain types, like making it so it'll be all smooth, and see how this is all bumpy and rocky. You can achieve this by using the different brushes right here. the different brush shapes. So like if you use something like with these speckles, then you can see right here, you just do this and look at that. It's really sharp and jaggedy. And so let's go back. I'll make a separate little island, I guess, so I can edit it and then remove it from the scene after. Okay, so let's just use some island. There we go. Okay, looks like we had some grass underwater. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure. Let's make this one like how it is, like the rocky one. So let's go ahead and give it more rocky sort of thing. And for the rocky sort of texture, you can make it so it's coming straight out of the water. You don't have to have sand going around it, because the bottom of the ocean, it's gonna be like sand and rocky and all that stuff. So you can have it where it's just plain rocks coming out. And so now this is way too smooth. It looks really weird and fake. So give it a speckly one and size up, opacity down, target strength down, something like that. And just, let's actually make this a little higher. Oop, wrong brush. Wow, nice. Okay, there we go. So let's say what's going on, nothing's happening. Okay. So yeah, you just click and there you go. Now you have this really bumpy terrain. Let's go back to this. Target strength up. There we go. Just make it look, there we go, more vibrant. Even though the rocks, it's like a grayscale sort of, the lights and darks. And so yeah, that's how you make it something like that. And then if you want to smooth it off, you can just go to the smoothing height brush and just click around. So you can see how very pointy this is. It's a little too much, and all you do is just use the smooth brush and go over it, just clicking, so it makes it look a little more rounded off, like erosion or something. And doing these little details makes it so it looks nice. So like that, there we go. And then also, you can go to the rock texture right here, have it selected, edit, texture, and you can change the size of it. So the smaller the number, that means the more it can fit into the same area. And so if it's bigger, then it's going to stretch the texture out to make it look bigger. So I'll do something like 20 so you can see it, make it exaggerated. There we go. So now it's very stretched out. And whenever, if you're the player and you're like this close to it, it won't look as realistic. It'll look like just low quality. So if you want to make it go down to like 10 or something like that, then it can fit more into it, and that's whenever you get more detail, which is good. And yeah, so that's how you do that. Let's go ahead and make this all shrink down to height. Make it at 0. There we go. Let's go ahead and make that go away. And to make sure it's all, yeah, okay. And under the ocean is the floor, right? And so let me just disable the ocean. There we go. Now you can see under. This is what it really looks like. And so you can make it so the whole underground is like one main texture. Just make sure you don't have it so it's coming up over, otherwise you'll see that. So I guess just do sand, make it look as normal as possible for the most part. But you can see how this is nothing, and then all this quality texture comes in, the mixtures of it looks nice, and that's what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, just make this so it's more sand than grass, because it's kind of weird where it's a flat grass texture underwater. It will look a little more normal if there's sand. But you're not really going to be seeing underwater, but it's just precautions. There we go. That's good enough. Okay. Let's go back to a more local area. Activate our ocean. There we go. And if you have Unity Pro, which I don't, unfortunately, I really wish I had it. It'd be really nice. You get really nice features like shadowing. So, whoops, whoa, where's the sun? Let's find that. There we go. So, I'm sure you're familiar with this. This is like a directional light. You use it for making suns most of the time. Give it a flare. You change the rotation of it. And so it'll cast shadows. So let's go to our house. It'll cast a shadow down on the inside of the house and outside. So whenever you're in it, this is what you'll get for the free version with no shadows. And you can do light map baking, but I haven't done it yet. I don't have much experience with that. So I'm just going to leave it as is, just for a tutorial, and yeah. So that's one thing, shadows. And then also the other thing is you can have a realistic water where it'll have a reflection of the sky down. And it's really cool. Looks really realistic. But you can actually change some of these properties. Let's go over to the side. Okay. So you can change some of these properties, like the wave scale, which is just like the detail in it. So if I make this small, really small, like that, and then I can make it bigger just by dragging that out. Now it's, you know, less quality because it's stretched out more. So you want something in between, right about there, I guess. Then you can change the color. So let's make it look. Yeah, you can change the color like that. That looks really cool. Okay, so it's not blue, it's more of like a murky color. Murky green. It's gonna be darker, so like that. And you can play around with that to make it look more realistic. Yeah, so it looks better. And so that's basically it for this tutorial. Just showing you some things. Adding grass. I think I showed you earlier. Just this one. Change brush size, opacity, target strength, how much you want. And also, if you click this little gear icon, you have all these details or like options. And if you mess with the grass one, which is going to be right here, alright, here's something that's pretty cool. You can change the distance at which the grass will render. So it's for basically like optimization for your game. So like if you're walking along and you can see it start rendering at that certain distance from the camera to it, and you can make it so it's further out. So like if I go all the way out here, see now how far away we are from the grass, and then it starts rendering. So I like mine around 200, and yeah, that's good. And then the density, the higher this is, the more there is like in total, like what you placed, and then you can actually just change that and it decreases the amount. So like that. And you can change all these properties. So that's about it. And so yeah, thanks for watching. Please make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. And thank you.